Hey everyone, it's Aaliyah. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be telling you guys about what exactly happened at my surgery. So I'm sitting down. I'm sitting on my butt pillow. And I'm also wearing like my faja and my waist trainers. So I'm really like compressed right now. I'll start from the beginning. So on Thursday, super excited. It's time for me to go get my butt done. And like I got there, I was so nervous. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm about to go get my butt done. Like, this is crazy. So we got there and I filled out the paperwork and stuff. And they put us in this room, like a waiting room for my roommate, because she took me there. So she was staying in that waiting room. And it was really nice. I'll insert like a clip of the room. So anyways, I filled out paperwork and stuff. It wasn't like a lot. It's just like, it's mostly reading more than anything. So I did all that, and like the doctor came in and talked to us and stuff, and it was like my first time ever meeting Dr. Long. So I was like, oh my god, I'm meeting Dr. Long, like he's really here. I was like really excited. So I met him, he talked to us and stuff, and then he was like, okay, well, follow me and let's go take your pictures. So I went with him, took my pictures. Well, I went with him, like I changed out and stuff, and he took my pictures and stuff. And he was like, he saw, like, he was like, wow, you look exactly like the picture, like, because he has a picture drawn of like someone getting a fat transfer on one side and what they'll look like on the other side. So I was like, thanks. So he was marking me up and stuff, and then he got to my butt, and he was like, okay, well, I'll put as much as I can in there. So, because my butt's like little, and it's like not even like, it's like a lot of muscle in there mostly. So it's not a lot of fat in there, it's mostly muscle. So okay, so he said all that. I mean, I was kind of like taken back when he was like, I'll see how much I can fit in there. I was just like, whoa, like, I don't know, it kind of hit me that my butt probably wasn't gonna be like super big, bootylicious big. So I was like, well, you know what, it's okay, like, I'll work on my waist, and if your waist is smaller, then your butt automatically looks bigger because it's going in and coming back out. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll be fine. So we take my pictures, I go back to the waiting room, and he was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go get the pills for you and I'll be right back. So I went in there, and he comes back with like the pills I'm supposed to take and some antibiotics, because I didn't take my antibiotics that day. Okay, so he comes back with the pills and stuff, and there was like 4 of these white small pills in the thing, and another thing, there was just a big old pill for the antibiotics. And he was like, yeah, eat some snacks so you can take the antibiotics. So, oh yeah, there was like snacks in there and water in the little waiting room. So it was like really cool. And plus they had Netflix on there too, and Wi-Fi, so you weren't gonna be bored if you were like waiting for your friend. I took the pills or whatever, and I'm thinking, fall asleep any minute now and stuff, or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'll come back and get you in 30 minutes. So, a little bit, like 30 minutes passes, I come back, he comes back and gets me. I go in, well, he doesn't come get me, somebody else comes to get me, and I go into the procedure room, and, I'm like, okay. So I get in there, I'm laying on the table, and, the girl is just like, she comes, she checks my heart, she like checks my blood pressure, I guess, whatever that thing is on your arm, and she does all that, and I'm sitting there, and I'm low-key freaking out. I'm just like, I really don't feel sleepy right now, nothing, you know. It's like I'm high-key wide awake, like what's going on? So then you know, they she put an IV in me, but it wasn't really like attached to anything. They just put an IV in you for like a safety net. My doctor does at his office. So I mean, I don't know, if something happens, they can just connect it to like a longer IV or whatever. But yeah, so she put my IV in and stuff, and I'm just laying there. Like, I laid there for a good 20, almost like 30 minutes more, and literally I was still wide awake. Like, me and her were talking and stuff, and then I'm like, you know, I'm not getting sleepy or anything. Like, what's going on? And she's like, well, you know, it's only been like 30 minutes, you know, just give it some time. And I was like, okay. So then the doc comes in, and he was like, oh, I was like, doc, you know, I don't feel sleepy, nothing. Like, what's going on? And he was like, well, you know, I gave you 4. And I'm like, is that usually how much you give? And he's like, no, I usually give people 5. So he gave me 1 more. And he was like, hold it under your tongue. And I was like, okay. So, you know, like, doc came in like he was ready. And I'm just laying on the table, like, I'm still here. I'm still wide awake. Like, what is going on? You know, so it's crazy. Y'all, in my mind, I was freaking out. I'm like, so he just not gonna wait for me to fall asleep? Like, what are they doing? Like, it was so crazy, y'all. I was just like, oh my god, what's about to happen? So then, like, you know, doc, you know, he's ready or whatever, and he was like, oh, let me turn this on. Tell me why. I'm thinking the doc finna turn on some music, right? He starts playing an audiobook. I was like, oh, doc, is this an audiobook? He's like, yeah, it's the Bible. I was like, oh, okay. You know, and at that moment, I realized I was gonna be alive. I was not gonna die. I was gonna leave here, for real. He playing the Bible on audiobook, like, yeah. So then, you know, the doc is like standing over here, his assistant's like standing over here, and you know, I'm just laying on the table just talking to him, like, you know, yeah, doc, you know, he's trying to talk to me, talking to myself, I'm trying to make jokes and stuff, and I'm just over here like, still, you know, I'm still here, you know, like, what's going on, what's the tea? So so, you know, before you know it, doc done made his little incision cut and got his stuff in there, talking about something, he numbing the area. I'm like, I feel that. I feel that. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm trying to get it numb. I was just like, okay. So I'm like, doc, you know, like, do people usually fall asleep? Or he was like, you know, some do, some don't, but I think it's because you're young, you're not falling asleep. And I was just like, he's like, because you're young and active. I was just like, what? Yo, like, I was freaking out so hard in my head. I was like, I cannot. I was freaking out, y'all. I was freaking out. Let me tell y'all, I just wanted to go in there, go to sleep, and wake up with my butt, but no. So, okay, so I was like, all right, let me just, you know, let me just try to get through this. So I was like talking to the doc the whole time. He was like, and when he like came up further, like to the top of my abdomen where there wasn't as much fat, like it would hurt while he was putting the fluid in there to numb it. So, you know, I was like, like, you know, I was like doing that. So, you know, he was aware. I was like, I was awake, I was there, I was alert, I was present. And he told me, like, you know, these pills are gonna make me feel like a drunk person. And I was just like, dog, I don't feel anything. What are you talking about? Where? I'm not even drunk. Like, what are you talking about? So anyways, so then I had to like roll on my side and stuff, and all that stuff hurt, man. It hurt so bad when he was like numbing me up. So then, you know, all the numbing stuff is like in there. And I don't know, for some reason in my head I'm thinking maybe this numbing stuff is gonna put me to sleep, you know. Maybe, you know, just maybe. No, tell me why Doc starts taking fat out. He's just over here taking out the fat, and I'm just over here like, oh my God, Lord, I'm waiting for this. I'm like, Lord, I'm here. I'm like, Lord, he's taking out the fat. I am awake. I know what's going on. I am aware. He is taking out the fat while I'm over here talking to him. I'm talking to him. Y'all, I could not. We were real life talking as he was like on my abdomen. Yeah. So anyway, so he did all that and stuff, and he was like, yeah, you know, I gotta take a picture of your fat and send it to you. And I was like, okay. So then, you know, it's time for me to flip over now so he can do my back. Y'all, I flipped over. Why? Because I was awake. I was alert. I was there. Like, for real. Okay, so then I flipped over, whatever. He started doing my back and stuff. And like, it's just so weird. It was really, really weird. Like, I literally remember the whole thing. So then, I guess it was time to put the fat in my butt, and he put like five syringes. Well, he had 10 syringes, so I'm guessing he put 5 in each butt because that would make sense. So listen, y'all, listen. When it was time for him to put the fat in my butt, that shit hurt. Like, it hurt so bad. Like, y'all, at that moment I was like, I cannot. Like, I felt like Jocelyn. I was like, I cannot. Like, for real. Like, it was rough. It was so, because like he was like, you know, I can't. He tried to numb the area, but he mostly like just numb like the very top of like my back going to my butt. And he said he couldn't like numb my butt or anything because there wouldn't be any space for him to put the fat because my butt is so fucking little. Like, it was so little. So I was like, okay, y'all. I was like, like I was awake. Felt every damn thing. Like, I was awake. So that was honestly the worst part, was when he put the fat in my butt. Like, the worst part. But I mean, so after that, he put the fat in my butt and stuff, and he was like, all right, we're done. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what? We done? I was like, I was up for the entire thing. Like, I could not believe it. I was just like, what? Like, I was up for the entire thing? Really? Like, for real. So then I got off the table and stuff. It hurt getting up, and like I looked down and I was like all swollen and stuff. I'm really swollen, and they like put me in the garment. Ooh, it hurts so bad going over my butt. Like, ooh, it hurts so bad. And then like he put it on so fast, like really, really fast. It was scary. So he put on my garment, and then like he put on my clothes and stuff, and you know, we just like walked on over to where my roommate was, and stuff, and yo, when it was time to go, the nurse asked me if I need a wheelchair. I remember that. She was like, do you need a wheelchair? I was like, yeah, I do. I was like, wait, but am I supposed to sit on my butt? She's like, no, it's okay, it's okay. I was like, okay. Like, when I got off the table, then I started feeling like I was drunk. Like, I was out of there. So, okay. So, you know, my roommate goes, pulls her car around and stuff, and I go out there. This is probably the most dramatic scene ever. Like, I remember like bits and pieces of everything. So then she pulls up the car, and they're like, you sitting in the front or the back? I was like, the back, of course. So I like lay down in the back seat and stuff, and I was just like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god. So on the car ride home, my roommate said I cried the entire way home. Like I remember telling her, I was just like, oh my god, Tori, I was up for the entire thing. Like, I just wanted to go to sleep and wake up and have a bath, but I saw the entire thing. Like, I was up. And she was like, it's okay. She was like, it's okay, and like trying to calm me down and stuff. And I was just like, and then I called a couple of people while I was in the car, and I don't even remember what those conversations were about. I just know I called a couple of people. Like, I don't know what we talked about. I don't. So anyway, so then basically cried all the way home. Like, literally cried the entire way home. The whole like 30-40 minute drive home, crying. And we get home, and I don't know, I guess I told my roommate I was hungry, so she makes me some noodles, like some cup noodles, because I bought those. So I eat or whatever. I was like, I don't know what the hell I want to eat. Like, during my recovery, I'm gonna just pick up all this random stuff. So she made me some cup noodles, and like I couldn't really even eat the cup noodles because at this point I was just drunk. Like, I was so drunk. Ooh, y'all, my roommate said she said I ran up the stairs when we got home. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, you just ran up the stairs. I was like, crazy. So she made me the cup noodles. I ate some, didn't really eat it. Like, I put it aside, and I was just tossing and turning on my bed. My ass hurt. Like, everything was wrong. And like then I just felt like I wanted to throw up. Okay, I went, nothing happened. Then like I came off my bed. At that point I had ate like a good amount of noodles. So then I come off my bed, and I'm like, shit, I'm about to throw up. So like I threw up like some on my carpet. Then I got to the bathroom, kind of missed the toilet. It was all on the floor of my bathroom. Then I finally like just threw up in the toilet. And when I was done, I went to my roommate's door and I knocked on her door. I was like, Tori, I just threw up. And she was like, okay, well let's go clean it up. And then like she low-key tried to help me clean it up, but I mean, who like told me no one likes cleaning up like vomit. She like, you know, she's probably one of those like people that throw up when they see vomit, you know. But she kind of helped me a little bit. She was like, it's okay, just leave the carpet for tomorrow. She was like, I was like, I need to throw these rugs away, because like my rugs in my bathroom was like completely like destroyed, you know, from like vomit. So she was like, no, just throw them in the wash. And I was like, okay. So I like so I just So I guess I took my my rugs and I put them in the washing machine to wash, along with the socks that I was wearing because I threw up on those too. And you know, it was real crazy. It was so crazy. I think either after that or before that, like I took off the waist trainer because I'm wearing a faja and a waist trainer. So I took off the waist trainer. And my roommate saw me and she was like, no, you need to put it back on. You're supposed to wear this all the time. You can't take it off. And she started freaking out. So I was like, oh my god. So somehow I managed to get it back on while I was like drunk, like crazy. So was that all that happened? Yeah. And then like after that, after I threw up and stuff, like before that night was over, I ate the rest of the noodles. Even though they were cold, like it was weird. It was such a weird night. Like it was so weird. I ate the rest of the noodles, and then the next day, like I woke up and I don't know. I just woke up feeling normal, but not really. Like my body hurt. Like my ass hurt for sure. Like trying to even get off the bed, get in the bed, my ass hurts. Like couldn't bend down, get nothing. Like you have to like squat, then like reach to grab anything. Like it was crazy. Like it was so crazy. Like for real. Like, but you know, like my doctor even like has it in his office. Like sometimes you fall asleep, sometimes you don't. So it wasn't like, you know, he purposely didn't put me to sleep or anything, because it was local anesthesia, not general, and that's what he does. So, you know, like I knew this going in, but you know, they say, oh, you're gonna fall asleep, but you know, I didn't figure I was gonna be that person that, you know, doesn't fall asleep. Like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fall asleep, you know. But I mean, it's what it is. At least I know, like, it was Dr. Long who operated on me, and it wasn't like someone else, because I saw the story on YouTube about this girl who went to DR, and you know, she went to Dr. Yealy, and she wasn't sure if it was Dr. Yealy who did her surgery or someone else. So because it was like 4 other girls who got surgery that day, and they like all went in at the same time. They all like put them under at the same time. So yeah, you know, at least I know with my own 2 eyes and my ears that, you know, it was Dr. Long. Like, and I felt it. Like I know there's fat in my butt because I felt it. Like I was there. I was awake. A few things to remember is that I did get something called 2% liposuction. So just keep that in mind. And this is how, you know, it's performed with local anesthesia. And local anesthesia means it's numbing the area that's getting lipoed. I mean, overall, my doctor was wonderful, amazing, like for real. Like he gave me his cell phone number so I can like text him whenever and stuff like that if I was having any issues. He also gave it to my roommate, which was like, who was going to be taking care of me and stuff. So he was like really, really nice. And I hope you guys enjoy my little what happened when I got my BBL story. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up if you like at least laughed at least one time during this video. Even though it was not funny, I was like really just kind of like, oh my god, this is really happening. But yeah, I'll see y'all in my next one.